Yo, what is going on, guys? We're here with another video. Who will the Toronto Raptors be drafting? So, if you guys did not know, I've done pretty much every team, all other 25 teams. I think I have 4 more left to go, but those teams either have second round picks or one team does not have a pick. Either way, let's get into it. I usually do 3 guys, the one that I think is most likely, then the other 2. But this time, as we're going farther down the draft, this draft has been overanalyzed, and I really just went for this time, because it could be such a plethora of players available when the Raptors get open that somebody who maybe was a lottery could have fallen there, so they might take him. So that's something that I don't know is gonna happen. So I just chose for the Raptors. They're a team that loves tweeners. Okay, if a team in the NBA that wasn't the Portland Trailblazers, and I don't know why I just paused there, but Portland Trailblazers are another team that love the tweeners, but obviously, Toronto is known for a stable Pascal Siakam. You can see it right there. OJ Anunoby, little voice crack right there. And, a few other guys they have that I think are the tweeners. They can either play small forward, power forward, or power forward center, or, etc. And the thing that I find most interesting is looking at these guys. So the first one I have is Xavier Tillman. Big fan of Xavier Tillman coming out of Michigan State. I know he's kind of what someone called, I don't think he's a finished product, but he's a little bit older. He's played a few more years, but he's rounded. He's 6'8", 245. I think he's very strong for his size. He's one of the strongest guys in the draft. You can see he pushed people around, but he's a determined rebounder on the offensive and defensive side of the glass. He knows how to be a good rim protector for his size, and he can step out on some slower small forwards and most power forwards and guard them if they step out on the perimeter, but obviously not going to be able to guard guards. But I think Xavier Tillman could be a guy that if Serge Ibaka doesn't come back, because correct me if I'm wrong, Serge should be either he has a year left or he's going into free agency. This guy could be eventually replace Serge Ibaka for you guys. I think Xavier Tillman could be a really guy to be your center or power forward, depending on what you want to do. But I could see him next to Pascal Siakam if they're playing the 4 and the 5, and then you have OG Anunoby, and then you have Craig. I know you guys discovered Davis. Is it? I know you guys discovered a hidden talent this year. I keep thinking Kendrick Nunn, but I know you guys got someone too. I think Terrence Davis is yours. Yeah, Terrence Davis is another tweener. So the next guy I have is I'm a huge fan. I think Paul Reed is one of the biggest sleepers in this year's draft. I think he's being underrated completely. I think Paul Reed is one of the best defenders in this draft. Hands down, he'll be able to be an immediate contributor to any contending team that does draft him because of how good of a defender he is. And he's the definition of what the Toronto Raptors want. Paul Reed, I could so see him in a Raptors uniform. He would work there so well, playing a role similar to, I could see him offensively being kind of similar to Pascal Siakam, but defensively he'll be one of the best, or end up being the best defender on that team if they give him the right chance. Because Paul Reed had, what was he? He's the only player besides Matisse Thybulle and I think Nerlens Noel to average, I think it's 2.5 steals and 1.5 blocks a game. Something ridiculous like that. It's a ridiculous stat. I'm doing this whole impromptu, so assuming that I don't have the statistics in front of me. But no, Paul Reed, that's absurd how good of a defender he is. Obviously, all the teams know that, and his offensive game is getting there, but he could be a really good 3-and-D big man for the Toronto Raptors. He's really the quintessential definition of the betweener for the Toronto Raptors. I would love to see this guy be a Toronto Raptors. I just see that being such a good fit for them. I don't know why. If they can get him later, obviously they'll pass on him in the end of the first round. But if the draft goes the way I'm expecting, I think Paul Reed will be able to sneak into the first round just because people are going to value his defensive capabilities so much, even though he's a little bit older and he comes out of DePaul. I really do think this guy has the chance to be an instant impact player on the defensive side of the ball for the Toronto Raptors or any team, contending team that picks him up at the late end of the first round. I really do think this guy will be able to sneak in the first round. Even though he's ranked by ESPN as the 51st overall best prospect, I do really, really believe that this guy has the chance to be one of the best defenders in 5 years in the NBA. This guy is Bola. I hope I said that correctly. I think he played in Italy or France. I think it was Italy. I know he's like Italian, Cameroonian Italian. 6'8", 197 pounds, a little bit on the skinny size. He's 20 years old. Bola. This is a guy that, unless he impresses in the combine, he's probably going to be available in the second round, so they could go get him in the second round. But he's another guy that I think could be a really good tweener fit for the Toronto Raptors. He could be a small forward, power forward. And yeah, he needs to bulk up. So a year or two in the development league, probably a year only, will really suit him well. But you could get a guy who could be one of the best defenders at the wing position with his length and his size, and end up being like a 3-and-D guy for you guys, while being able to guard some of the smaller power forwards and some of the small ball fives. But he'll be able to also guard shooting guards and small forwards, because he's very quick laterally and has some athleticism to him. So the thing with Bola is, I think he's one off, or if not one of the most underrated players in this draft. Nobody's really talking about him. I saw the Atlanta Hawks do a post about him, but yeah, he's going to be in like the Atlanta Hawks SB Nation. But I really do think whatever team gets him, specifically the Toronto Raptors or the Portland Trailblazers, a team that really does like tweener guys, Bola will be such a good pick for whoever picks him up, just because I think he has the potential to be a really good defender. Obviously, I think he's just been a really good role player. I think he could be a better version of Tony Snell, more versatile and lengthier Tony Snell. And I think that's a pretty valuable player for any contending team, good role player for any contending team. So let me know down below what your thoughts on that. So as always, guys, I hope you guys have a great day. If you enjoyed this type of content, hit that subscribe button. Thank you for staying to the end of the video. If you did, hit that like button. We're going for 10 likes. As always, guys, let me hear your opinions in the comments, because, that's what's up. As always, guys, I hope you guys have a great day, because I know I will. Till next time, guys. Peace out.